So you're struggling with VR and you're plateauing. Now, thankfully, I have two methods that you can use for VR. Try both and see which one works. This is what I use to go from getting 500 to getting 670 on the actual day. Now, I know that isn't a big improvement, but remember back then there was AR and I am in the top 10% of all takers that did the UCAT. So what are the two tips that I can give you? Now, you're going to know the basics. In verbal reasoning, there are going to be 11 passages. Each passage has 4 questions. Of those 11 passages, 4 are true, false, can't tell, and the other 7 are comprehension questions. You've got inference, direct extraction, and you've got author's opinions. I want you to list down all of those topics, and in red, I'm going to put on screen, that's going to time it takes you for these types of questions are less or close to average. In yellow, it means you're spending way too long on them, no matter if you get it right or wrong. Now that you've identified which type of questions you're stuck on, for me personally, I was horrific on comprehension questions. It didn't matter which type. So because of this, I made sure that I followed this routine, which I believe everyone should do. The first one is the keyword approach, which you've heard of it before, but if I were to break it down, in those 11 passages, the first 4 passages you're going to try and do are going to be true, false, can't tell questions. The method is you're going to look for a keyword. This could be the date, a name, or a certain word in the passage that it's looking for. So you're first going to look at the question. You're going to do a scan of the extract for that specific word while trying to also comprehend it. I highly recommend reading the first 2 sentences. That should give you an idea. Once you find the keyword, this is the most important part, read the sentence before and after it. So 3 sentences read, you should be able to understand the context that that word is in. And the most important thing is, once you've done that, press the answer and don't second guess yourself. Remember, there's a clock going on and that's the method. Now, once you get the hang of this, you're going to do the same exact thing for comprehension. But yes, I've just told you that, but then again, there's massive time pressure on you. So here's the method that I did, which I highly recommend that you do. I tried to get 28 out of the 44 questions fully correct. So that meant 7 of the passages I did to the best of my abilities. I then made sure I had around 8 minutes. There's 4 passages left. 2 of them, usually these 4 passages I skipped due to because they were very long or the questions themselves were very difficult. I will pick 2 that I'm going to try and guesstimate on. So I'm going to read it, but I'm mostly trying to go and guess. And the final passage and the other passage, I'll just try and guess the answer. Your intention in VR, which is very unlikely for you to get 900 or even above 800. But if you're able to push into that 700 zone or 700 plus, you're doing very well. And that's the method.